Hello, welcome back. I'm Claire, this is Purple Poppy, and as you can see, we're on Sunday stitching. So, we've had the final prompt, and really the final prompt was, whoops, I'm dropping stuff already. The final prompt was to do whatever you fancied, really. It's a chance to fill in gaps on your roll. I'm not doing a roll, as you know, and I've had a think, and I've decided that what I would like to do, oh, it's not even in here, I've already taken it out, it's under there. I've decided that what I would like to do is like a collage stroke patchwork of all the bits that I've used throughout the book. So here is my sheet, there's my label to go on the back cover, so that needs ironing. So here's my fabric sheet, and here's various fabrics that I've used throughout. So we could set to, I'm just looking for some pins, I haven't got many, they're all being used in various things. Have a play, create a bit of a collage, and then do some interesting stitching on top. So what have I got? Whoops, I've got this piece of lovely green floral. There's quite a lot of green in here because obviously that was the plan originally, just to do it all in green and pink. That went a little awry, didn't it? This one's got threads all over it. So anyway, how are you all? I would imagine those of you that are in the UK, you probably are outside. So I don't know how many people will watch this video until the rain comes down. We're having a mini heat wave here. I'm not going to complain about it because I know a lot of people like it. I don't, but that's, as it were, my problem. I'm mainly just hiding indoors, so I don't know if I like that little square there. Probably going to have to move that, and I don't want too many of the same sort of shapes. I want to make it much more interesting if I can. What else have we got here? See, more green. Got lots of green. But then it was, as I say, mainly meant to be green and pink. I don't know if I like that running all the way along there. And I like to try and keep them. Now, which way do I want the stripes going? That's the question, I suppose, isn't it? Do I do it that way? And then maybe that way. And then we've got this larger piece of pink that could go there. This piece of vintage floral fabric that could go underneath. Some of these need ironing, I'll get the iron out in a bit. Got plain green, can that maybe, can't quite cover all of them. Sorry, I'm thinking, so I'm not very talkative, am I? But sometimes I think it's nice to have quiet and to just watch. So as I say, not much to tell you really, because it is warm outside and I don't really like the warmth, so I've been hiding away indoors. Wondering, see, now I've got this bit of pink lace that could maybe overlap that. Bit of added interest. Got half of a mini doily, so that could maybe go up there. I feel like I don't really see it. Shows up much more on that deep pink. So you got one, two. I feel like we need something here. Again, I don't think you see that. I think it's this colour, this. We need something on. We did use a duck, didn't we? I wonder if we can straighten him up. Oops. Oh, that's not very straight, Claire. Hey, you've been here before, you know I don't do straight. Wonder if we could put him maybe on there. It's a bit of a stamp. I feel like I don't like this on top of there. That's better. 1, 2, 3. Now we need something down here. Can you even see that? Am I on camera? Yes, I am. Maybe a little bit too far to the right. Maybe if I bring you over there, that will be better. Maybe some of this across there. No. This has got mushrooms on. I didn't actually use this, but it's in this set. We could have some really exotic pom-pom. No. Oh, we got some green velvet. No. It's not working, is it? This is not a quick thing to do, really, is it? Oh, I quite like that there. See, that was just a random by accident piece, wasn't it? Maybe. No, I don't want too many embellishments on it. Do I want any if I'm going to stitch on it? Maybe we just stitch on it. What do you think? I bet you're shouting at the camera telling me what to do, but I can't hear you. Maybe we just move that further along there. So some of the pink's got it and some of the pink hasn't. And I do think we need to have our duck because he's definitely been used. But I don't think we want the extra lace. Right, let's pin that and then we can see about trimming it square and doing some invisible stitches on here to tack it all down, and then I can do some stitching. I'm fancying doing something really sort of big on top that I stitch almost right across. I've got my monogram on the back page, so I don't really want to do a C. I don't want to do too many words that I don't really want to do words. I've got words a lot. I'm going to put a little bit of glue under there. Little bit of glue stick, I think, is what we're going to put under there because it's going to keep moving otherwise. Just like that. And then I can just lift it up. There we go. Now I think it's all pinned and stuck. Maybe one in this silk piece up here. Changed my mind. I'm moving the chick to down there, like so, and then I think I've got to have something along there. Driving me insane. No. Pink on the green? No. What about if we had a little strip of this? I did use this for some... No. It's just not working, is it? Goodness me. What about this old bit of lace? This was a blouse and that's a seam, so I just need to trim that off. It's an interesting shape. Could maybe an accidental interesting shape. And I've done that, I don't like it. Oh, for goodness sake. Is it because it's on the wrong side? Maybe. No. I think the thing is, what I'm trying to think is, if I'm going to be... This is cute. It's where I've cut a middle out of a doily. I wonder if that'll do it. No. I think you need something really bold there, because that is it's a weird sort of white. Well, it's not a weird white, it is white. What about some of this? No, I really can't. This is cream again. I don't know what to do, and I'm sure you're all shouting at me. You can think of something. That works. Well, it works for me anyway. So we're going to put that across there. Okay, let's turn it over. Let's trim off all these extras. Turn it round. So yeah, sorry, I was saying I really wanted to do a big sort of something in the middle, but I'm not convinced that, I mean, normally I do a letter, but as I say, I've done my monogram on that back page, so I really can't think what I'd like to. Why can't I cut this today? Goodness me, it's all going wrong, Mum. Okay, we've got some at the bottom there. I'm going to leave that bottom bit because it's going to pucker slightly with stitching. Okay, so there we go. So we'll have a little stitch up and get that connected, just using plain white thread. I'm just looking because that's got such a tiny hole in. I'm going to be here for hours trying to thread that. I did have a needle here, there it is, last night when I was trying to think about this. There you go, there's a better one. Right, so let's get a knot in here, and let's start here where I'm going to get a few, ow, a few layers done. I know you can hear street noise because obviously I've got the window open. We're having this mini heat wave going on. I'm filming ahead as always, so it is a weekday, which is why there's a lot of, you know, activity in the street. But fortunately, children are at school, so there's not much, you know, screaming and shouting from children playing. Right, so that's that bit. So we're basically finished here now, aren't we? I mean, obviously there's the titivating to do and so on, but we're mainly finished. The last prompt is out. So we look to volume 4. Are you all ready? Have you decided not to do volume 4? What are your thoughts? I didn't know whether to laugh or cry yesterday, if I'm honest, because I went to see the lovely Denise, you know, my friend that, well, Colin laughs that she's got a shop that she calls a house. Whenever I go over, he says, "Oh, are you going to shop at that house?" And I didn't know if to laugh or cry, to be honest, because having spent ages making my faux printer's tray that I think you've all seen by now, both in this video and on other platforms, because it's in the Roxy's Journal of Stitchery Facebook group. I believe it's on my Instagram, so I'm sure you've all seen it by now. As much as I'm very pleased with the results, there was many hours of work put into that. And when I walked in yesterday to my friend's house, what did she have on the dining table? Go on, guess. What did she have on the dining table? Well, let me get it. Let me show you. She had one of these. I mean, how dare she? One of these is what she had. Needless to say, I instantly stole it. So, I'm now in possession of my faux printer's tray, along with a faux printer's tray from Mr. Holtz. I am going to use mine for volume 4. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with that one yet, but something's scrummy. And I feel like this is not going well. I feel like I have puckered up all my fabric here. Take that pin out. So yeah. So as much as it was fantastic to find, it was also, if I'd have known you had that, I wouldn't have had to spend ages making mine. It is what it is, as they say. So, yeah. Now, I'm saying I want a big design in the middle here, and I do. And I'm thinking I want to do it in reverse chain stitch. Ow, just stabbed myself. 2 reasons. One, I think it's a really great shape to, great stitch to pick out a shape, but also it reminds me of stocking stitching, knitting. So I thought, yeah, do you know what? I'm not happy with this bit of silk here. I'm going to go with that. So that is my plan. this bit keeps moving, doesn't it? Let's get a stitch in that so it can't move anymore. And then let's get this over there so that can't move anymore. That's really bugging me. That's probably going to have to come out. It's bugging me no end. Yeah, it's no good, it's got to come out. Right, well, I'm going to not bore you with that. I'm going to sit and unpick that and join it back properly, and then I'll come back to you and we'll look at the pattern that I'm going to do through the middle. So, chat amongst yourselves, I'll be back soon. Okay, sorry about that. Right, so I undid it. I've stuck it all down rather than doing invisible stitch so I could do quickly. And then I made myself a small petal template and a large one, okay? And I've basically taken my Frixion pen and I've drawn round the large petals to create, excuse me, 5, which I think I'm going to stitch in this pale pink. And then I took some of that old quilt that I've got and I did the smaller petal, and I think I'm going to put these inside, so you'll have the stitch one and then the gingham one through the middle, which does mean he's now in the wrong place, but you know, these things happen. Life can't be perfect, can it? So I'm gonna stitch these petals in the reverse chain stitch, because I think, as I said earlier, it looks like stocking stitch in knitting, and I like the way that that looks. So, whoops, and I've got a knot in my thread already. It's going wrong, isn't it? It's not good. Okay. So, I'm going to start right in the very centre. So, there. I think I'll do this one round the chick first of all. So, let's start by doing normal chain. Like so, and hook it down, so that I've got my little loop. Okay, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to find the space of my next loop. Don't want them too big, Claire, don't make them too big. So I'm going to come up there, that's where it's going to be, and then when I've pulled my thread through like so, I'm going to go behind these two, okay, and that's going to create this loop. That's Billy, you can probably hear scratching because I've shut. So can you see that? Yeah. So again, find my next space, a little bit further, come through behind the loop, like that, and then back down basically the same hole. I'm just going to do this all the way round until I have stitched all my petals. So that's a little bit boring for you, isn't it? So now that you know what I'm doing, I'm going to turn the camera onto poles. I'll stitch this round and then I'll come back so that you can see it finished. Does that make sense? Like that. Okay, so back in 5. Okay, I didn't do it all because actually it's very therapeutic and I'd like to do it sitting in front of the TV later. So I've just done the one petal, but you can see the plan and what it's going to look like. And then I'm going to pop these little pink petals in the middle. So let's find, where's my needle and thread gone? My small needle and thread. And we'll pop this one on just so you get an idea. You don't need to see me do it all, do you? But of course when I come on next Sunday, not quite sure what we're doing yet, but when I come on next Sunday, I'll be able to show it to you done. So you'll see the finished article as well as obviously the planning. I always show it to you done, don't I? What I'm not sure of is if I'm only going to put petals in the petals or if I'm going to do extras. So for example, I'm going to sew this one here, and this is, and there's a knot straight away. What is going on? Right. I'm not sure if I'm just going to sew this one on here, so it's a petal within a petal, and then obviously I will be sewing one here in the middle of this one. But what I'm not sure of yet, and obviously I'll be sewing them a bit better than that, but what I'm not sure of yet is whether or not, and I'm only going to stitch at the bottom so that they are loose, a bit like the one Sarah did in her video. But what I'm not sure of yet is if I then want to put another one there so that we've got 2 layers. You'll have to wait till next Sunday and find out whether or not I put an extra layer on. So I'm just going to make sure these are properly attached, and regardless of whether I put another layer of petals on the top in the centre here or not, I will be finishing the centre with either, not one of these because these are too big, but either a small Suffolk puff or a button. So there you go, that's what's happening at the moment. It'll be finished by next Sunday and be able to see it properly. Thanks for joining me. Stay safe. I'll see you very soon. Bye bye for now.